Everyone's in their Montclair parkas, drinking French wine and munching on crickets, while they tell us we have to live better.
The food is very difficult. It's very difficult. But what happens is everybody speaks to each other and no one says a darn thing. And they've got this whole globalist view that you want to make the world a better place. We got to make the world a better place.
Has the Davos crowd made your life better? Have the most powerful people in the world delivered? Windmills, inflation, record migration? These are the people behind fake meat.
There is a terrible cultural resistance from consumer to accept tech foods. But in my opinion, they represent the way forward. Why should I, use animals when I can cultivate meat?
The food's bad, but the ideas are worse. The Brits think they have a solution for water.
Water is essential to life. What's exciting to us is that this is a practical problem that we can solve. Not only can we solve it, but actually the way to solve it is to make it a business.
Okay, so when Davos says they're about to solve the water problem, they're about to tax rain. I'm already feeling parched. And your neighborhood's about to get a lot more crowded.
By 2050, we could have 1 to 2 billion climate migrants crossing international borders. It's hard to imagine what 1 billion climate migrants would do to our capacity for self-governance.
2 billion climate migrants if we don't raise taxes and turn the keys into our SUVs? Al Gore loves Davos, never misses a year. It's the only place that shows respect. That's why Gore booed Lutnick and tried to confiscate his bracelet. Why are we even listening to Gore anymore? He said Greenland would turn into Puerto Rico, but it's still just one big fat block of ice. Whatever happened to the rain bombs Gore promised, huh? Not a single hurricane made landfall in the United States this season. Not one. Does Al know we're all getting snowed in this weekend? But if the climate migrants do show up, we know where to put them. Martha's Vineyard. The rabbis at Davos really made our heads spin. They said, you know what Europe needs more of? Muslims.
The rise of the extreme right in many European countries is a response to the insecurity felt by the old Europeans, so-called old Europeans, regarding the new immigrants who came from the Middle East.
So what will the world look like in 25 years? Everyone's African.
If you're looking out to the horizon of 2050, the absolutely central question are the developmental possibilities of Africa. Full stop. Because by 2050, I'm going to be white and very old, and the majority of young people in the world will be African.
Did a Columbia professor just say we're not having enough white babies? Because I was told you're not allowed to say that. Good thing Elon's reversing aging.
Can you and I reverse aging in this new history, or are we going to see it?
I haven't put much time into the aging stuff. I do think it is a very solvable problem. When we figure out what causes aging, I think we'll find it's incredibly obvious. It's not a subtle thing.
When we finally figure out what causes aging? I always thought it was time, but I'm not that smart. Anyway. Good thing we didn't solve aging sooner. Biden might have won. You know who else goes to Davos every year besides Al Gore? The head of the teachers union, Randi Weingarten.
In the United States of America, we have 16,000 school districts. We have over 100,000 schools. There are industry partners all over. How do we use the WEF to create this kind of integrated network so that we're all working together, so that kids can have, from high school on, opportunities to have jobs that pay a living wage so that they can feed their family and nurture their family?
Randy's been going to Davos for the past few years, and each year test scores go down and teachers' salaries go up. Can Trump put Randy on the no-fly list? Because American school children already have enough problems. Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock, was in charge of Davos this year, and he's getting rave reviews. But not everyone's a fan.
What does spirit of dialogue actually mean, Larry? Does it mean anything? Is it like pretending you care about the carbon footprint coming here on a private jet.
Why are your bodyguards such thugs, sir? Isn't that the true Larry Fink? You have all this BS about conversations and dialogue, but underneath it, you're a thug.
Spirit of dialogue. Spirit of dialogue. This is what it looks like here in Davos.
Larry must have felt like an ICE agent. Those guys were pretty rough. But when you have 4 bodyguards, he can handle it. The guy who used to run Davos was a no-show. Remember Klaus Schwab? He zoomed in from an undisclosed location.
We are missing in our society 2 fundamental pillars. It's truth and it's trust. And without restoring those pillars, we will not be able to solve the big global issues which we face at this moment.
Klaus is right. We stopped trusting them. We caught him in too many lies. The Russia hoax, the laptop, the lab leak, Biden's brain. The reason people like Trump is because he tells the truth. And sometimes the truth hurts, but that's okay. No pain, no gain. The president flew to Europe and told them that the continent's on its deathbed and promised that America would never die. Common sense shattered globalism, shattered the Cold War order. But the Europeans and the Democrats, they're still clinging to the past. Like 5 years ago, when they told us men could get pregnant.
When somebody asks a Democrat, can men have babies? And you refuse to answer that for 30 minutes. That might be a clue why they think some progressives are disconnected with America. The correct answer is no. Men can't have babies. And men who transition after puberty should not be able to compete against girls.
Gavin Newsom, did you hear that? Practice that in the mirror a few times. Gavin spent all week in the Alps acting weak and European, whining, getting kicked out of parties, and selling sex props, clapping at all the crazy ideas. He was a little creepy, even for Davos.
I think Gavin Newsom may be cracking up with some of these things he's saying. I think he may be in over his hairdo. But to say strange things like President Trump is a Tyrannosaurus Rex, what the hell does that mean? You know, I could say Gavin Newsom is a brontosaurus with a brain the size of a walnut. And you know, if you brought the knee pads, maybe that was for his meeting with Alex Soros.
What knee pad Newsom does on his personal time, none of our business. But good thing he brought his knee pads, because he ran into Daddy. Mark Halperin reports that Trump ran into Gavin and sat him down for a little father-son talk. Right before Trump's speech, the two met backstage, and the two of them just joked around, had a good old time. POTUS even said, Gavin, we're good. Newsom even talked to Susie Wiles and Caroline Leavitt. Everyone was friendly, except Miller. Miller stood back and watched Gavin's hands in case he was going to try something. So this whole act, Gavin calling Trump a dictator, he's going to cancel the elections, and saying the Europeans need knee pads for Daddy. He was dapping Trump up behind the curtains. That's such a knee pad thing to do, isn't it? Even the liberal media says Gavin's a sitting duck. Lame duck, actually. Quote, Gavin Newsom's record is a problem. The California governor's pivot to the center may be too late for 2028. Many of Gavin Newsom's positions read as if they were reverse engineered from Republican attack ads. The truth is, Gavin's an actor. He's a child actor. He's trying to roll with the Euros just to get attention from Daddy. But the truth is, Gavin's green with envy. Trump has what Gavin wants: money, fame, and game. That's why he imitates him. Trump gets it. He doesn't mind Gav. He just wants him to grow up, be his own man.